There is power in personal stories. It connects us, it empowers us, and it holds us accountable. It creates understanding and expands our perspective. This is Big in the Community with Jonathan James at the Kalamazoo Promise, a podcast aimed to highlight local leaders, collaborators, and innovators in the greater Kalamazoo community. In this episode, we sit down with Jonathan Yarbrough, Executive Director of the Northside Association for Community Development. We talk about his journey, his commitment to community, and the impact of his work in Kalamazoo. All right, welcome back to another episode of Big in the Community. We have an amazing guest with us today, and he's going to start us off with a quote. Go ahead.
If you want to make God laugh, tell him what you have planned for tomorrow.
That's a good one. So, welcome back. Welcome home. Promise, Kalamazoo. Because you moved, for a second.
Yeah, I moved for a few times, and this past year was the longest I've left, yeah.
Okay. So, what does it mean to you to take on, personally, this new role, in your own neighborhood? What does that mean to you?
It's definitely... I would say it's definitely a privilege, and I don't take it lightly. It means something more so of another mantle that I've seen people just take it in higher heights than what it is. And it's definitely something that I know is a lot of weight on my shoulders right now, but I've definitely up for the challenge. So
I like that. Can you take us back, way back, back in the time, to the early days growing up on the north side? What were some moments that kind of like shaped your path and got you to where you are now?
I'd say some of the programs I was a part of, especially on the north side of Kalamazoo, involving the Douglas, that kind of opened a lot of programming to kids like me, like myself. And just being a part of that, even in the summertime, that I didn't really have much to do, it kind of shaped like my trajectory of my life and kept me out of trouble. It kept me busy, and it surrounded me with community individuals that ultimately I've grown to know and, helped me along the way.
Okay. So you went to KPS. You used the Promise?
Absolutely.
Okay. And where'd you go to school?
I'd say I went to Lincoln Elementary, Hillside Middle School, Kalamazoo Central.
Okay, go Eagles, go Giants. I don't know what the first one was.
Lincoln Lions.
Okay.
Yep.
I was at Northglade.
Northglade.
Still don't know what that one was, but we're not going to talk about that. And so then you went to Western, and you went to Michigan State.
Michigan State,
right?
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like being there?
Which part, Michigan State or Western?
Both.
Western, it was great. I had a great college. I tried any and everything, basically. Had my hands in everything. Just was involved in a lot of things, even with the Promise, as that developed throughout my collegiate career. And it was good. It was fun. I don't think it amounts to. I don't think the kids now appreciate college when I went through it. I think we were kind of like the last group to kind of experience college before COVID. And so going into Michigan State, my master's program, that was, it was half and half. So it was online, and then I was be able to go in person. So it was a fun experience as well, kind of seeing best of both worlds. Michigan State's a great campus, beautiful campus. I met some great people there, and yeah, I consider myself a Spartan.
Okay. Not a Bronco?
I'm both.
Okay.
But I did root for Sparty this past weekend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So if it comes down to it, you're rooting for the Spartans.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't help it.
All right. That's fine.
They have this infectious spirit there that you just can't help.
Okay. No, that's what's up. So I know I read the article about you, and you were talking about how you had dreams to like go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right. And then now you're in this, big role, nonprofit leader. What was that shift like going from NFL dreams to nonprofit leader?
Yeah. So the NFL dreams were definitely me in high school. And I consider myself as a pretty good athlete when I was in high school. Did a lot of great things on the field. And so, during that time as a stubborn 18, 17-year-old kid, I didn't really have that high-profile offers that I truly thought I was going to have or deserved. And so when I started to see some of those smaller schools that come and interested me, again, as a stubborn kid, didn't really want to do that. And so didn't want to go to like Adrian College or go to Hope College or whatever. I wanted to go to the D1 school. And when that didn't happen, it kind of crushed my dreams a little bit and didn't want to continue on with sports. And so decided to take a different path and just be a student. And although I was a student, I still wanted to be around the game. And originally, some people don't know this, I wanted to go to school for being a physical therapist or athletic trainer. And I'd say after that second semester of my freshman year, I was like, I can't do this because chemistry was kicking my butt. I ended up taking chemistry, and that kind of was the difference maker for me to like not continue on that route. And so I thought about sport athletic administration and what I can do behind the scenes in that aspect. And so I changed my major and went into that piece. And so from there, it just kind of skyrocketed, and my passion for sports elevated from that point. And I still wanted to kind of play. And so I actually tried out a few times at Western to want to play. And so just kept getting, we'll let you know if something happens. And, it was kind of annoying at that piece where they're keeping me, on the line, but then, they're not bringing anybody on the team. So that kind of crushed my dreams as well. But kept on going, and behind the scenes work, was able to go into the NFL and work for a couple teams as internships, and that kind of helped me fulfill my itch, my knit for that. So, yeah.
That's good stuff. So what were your biggest takeaways from like being in sports for so long? How do you take what you learned then to what you're doing now?
I think sports is such a powerful tool to teach you about life in general. And whoever doesn't play sports, I encourage them to play a sport because it teaches you about so many things like teamwork, how to overcome adversity, and just so many things. And I think the adversity piece for sure taught me how to overcome a lot of things outside of the football field or basketball court. And it has translated to me being able to conduct myself in a professional setting, in a boardroom, or how to conduct with my colleagues, and just being able to have that professionalism in that piece, because not everything is all nitty gritty, or not everything is hard nosed. You got to hit somebody. Everything can be honed into you having a simple conversation.
Okay, I'm taking notes right now.
Yeah,
mental notes, so I don't mess up my real notes. But you're stepping into, well, a lot of people would say the legendary Maddie Woods, Maddie Jordan Woods. What parts of her legacy do you want to honor? And then what are some of the, so to speak, like the new energy that you're bringing in?
Yeah, I think she has been a trailblazer in our Northside community and just Kalamazoo in general. And some of the things that I definitely want to honor with her is just her grit and her tenacity, her willingness to never back down, because she controlled the room. And when she stepped in the room, people knew that she was there. And so I honor her for that, and just all the hard work that she's done on the North Side, like 40 years at the same place, and sometimes not taking the pay that she deserved, but seeing the fruits of everything that has transpired now. I mean, that's so honorable. And I think she has done a tremendous job. And there's no pressure for me, but I definitely don't want to mess up. I definitely want to follow in her footsteps. And then the new energy that I bring to the table is definitely just the fresh ideas, I would say, and just the forward-thinking mindset that I know I can bring for more 40 years to come.
Okay, so speaking of forward-thinking, what's your vision for the North Side over the next 5 years? And then also, what does a thriving neighborhood mean to you? It's a two-parter. I go with the difficult questions sometimes.
I see. I'd say within the next 5 years, for sure, I would like to see the north side be more beautified, and my neighborhood revitalization plan to be in full swing at that point. There's a lot of vacant areas on the north side that we can tend to and that we own, and I think that we can beautify it and make it better so it can be more appeasing to residents and also new residents that want to come and live as well. I think that within that 5-year plan, we want to stay in line with some of the things that's happening downtown, because we're literally on the other side of the train tracks. That's downtown. And so we want to be able to make sure that we're keeping up with what's going on there, so that way people can come down and do business with us and come to our neighborhood and see all the beautiful things that we have to offer. What was the other question?
What does a thriving neighborhood look like to you?
I would say a thriving neighborhood is a neighborhood with resources, all the resources that they have to be successful. I think that's a thriving neighborhood. Make sure that we have all the coffee shops. Make sure we have the tech repair stores. Make sure we have the laundromat that we can have instead of having to drive 20 minutes away to go wash your clothes if you don't have a washer and dryer. Making sure that we have an adequate library so that way people who need to go use a computer or print some things off can be on the north side. And we do, essentially, but they obviously need a bigger space, and we want to make sure that they have that. Just seeing a thriving neighborhood have the resources so that way they can be successful is my goal.
I like that. You're dropping some gems right now. What would you say are your immediate priorities? And then why do they matter?
My immediate priorities is definitely this laundromat, because the laundromat's been talked about for years, even since I was a kid. And the fact that we don't have one right now is nuts. So I remember having to go to the laundromat when I was a kid a few times, because we didn't simply have a washer and dryer. And that's just what it is. I'm not ashamed of it, and I don't think anybody else is either. So that's been my biggest priority, making sure that our workforce development is up to par, and then we're adding onto that as well. We have a great CNA program, and especially our basic electrical program in partnership with KVCC. But I would like to add additions to that, maybe some lead abatement trainings that I saw the city of Kalamazoo was doing. I'm trying to collaborate with them. Maybe we have some plumbing courses. Maybe somebody mentioned medical coding and medical billing and that type of thing, just so we can cater to some of the women as well. Because I know some women don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but some actually do, and we don't want to misplace that. So, I think that's just some of the things that I'm prioritizing right now. It's for sure neighborhood revitalization, the laundromat, which is the first step, but then also our workforce development.
That's good stuff. I remember when I was a young adult and I had to do my own laundry, and our washer and dryer were both down. I was like, this is awful.
It's terrible.
I felt so bougie in that moment. I was like, I gotta what?
Yeah,
I was trying to like hand wash them, dry them, and I didn't realize how much of a resource that is. You know, like until you lose something like that, you don't think like, oh, this is like something that like you don't even think about it. Yeah, there's this silly story about my wife, love her, but this was when she was in college. She went to a friend's house and she was like, "Where's the fridge?" Or not, "Where's the fridge?" But she was looking around like, "Where's the fridge at?" Or like, "What is that thing in the kitchen?" Because it didn't have the little water and ice thing. She was like, "I didn't know they made fridges without that." Like, jeez. So it's like little stuff like that. But then you start to realize like, oh, like there is some privilege that I have. Yeah. Or like, you know, all my fridges had the little water spout on.
and that's true. I mean, if you come, I'd say 75% of our homes on the north side don't have fridges with water coming out of it. That's just what it is. People, and again, back then, and I was having this conversation with my grandmother, fridges back then used to last for 30 years, and it did. Our fridge that in the house that my mom lives in now, that just went out a month ago.
Yeah.
And that came from 1980.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we just bought her a new fridge, and she's like, how do I adjust to this new fridge? And I'm like, just enjoy it. It's new. It may not last 30 years, but it at least lasts maybe 15.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we just got to think about some of those type of things that people don't really have.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good work. So I know you've been called a connector and a bridge builder. How do you go about building trust across generations and with stakeholders in the community?
Yeah, I think I'm at a unique time in my life. I mean, I'm at a unique age. I'm 26 years old, and I'm able to kind of be in that, I call it the murky middle, and I'm able to connect with people who are younger than me, but also people who are a little older. So I have an older sense of personality, and I know that about myself. So I'm able to kind of be in both places when I need to. And especially with the older crowd, I know how to relate to them because, again, I have that personality. I was kind of raised in that type of way. And so that's kind of how I built trust, kind of relating to them, and just being able to kind of connect with them in a way where, in some certain aspects, they share stories that I know exactly what that is, and being able to kind of expound on that and share what my ideas are. And they're open to it, just because they know, as I tell people now, I'll be here 40 years from now, and versus people who are in their 50s and 60s, Lord willing, they'll still be here, but maybe not necessarily. And that's kind of how I connect with them, and they usually kind of take that, really into consideration. But in terms of the younger folks, again, I'm in that middle where I can connect with them. They know the ideas that I have. They're excited for it because they're a part of it, and so they're excited to be riding along that too.
That's got to be exciting. I mean, to think about, if you stay in this role, right? If you stay here for like life, you've got like 40, 50, you're in pretty good shape. Yeah. You could be here for a long time and then see, kind of like how Maddie Jordan Woods was with the organization for a long time. You could be there even longer and see, huge transformation there.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I mean, and honestly, when we met, I thought you were older. I thought we were the same age.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that a lot. I don't take it personal, but yeah, it's cool.
Like, and not in a like you look older.
Yeah.
More of a like you seem responsible, mature, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not sure.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
The good reasons for thinking somebody's older than they are.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. What does equity look like in the Northside context? I know you kind of talked about it a little bit already, but how do you lead with that in mind?
Making sure I'm thinking about everything, at least. I try to. Making sure that I'm covering all the bases and making sure that I'm thinking about this person, that person, that person. That's my job, essentially. I have to think about all areas. I can't just think this way. So being able to cater to many different people, their needs, sometimes, again, that kind of goes into accessibility, people who are handicapped. You got to think about their needs when you're building something. So just kind of having that mindset that, hey, I know that this is a need and I know this is a want. Let's see if we can come into the middle so that way everybody can be covered. So that's kind of how I go with equity.
That's good stuff. What advice would you give to younger leaders? Not saying you're young, but what younger than you, if there's people looking to step into a leadership role, especially one that's in their own hometown, what advice would you give to them?
I would say be patient, because this was definitely something that I had to be patient with. Be diligent for sure, and do not be discouraged. Don't let anybody discourage you. You keep on moving forward, because someone's narrow-mindedness is going to stop them from growing. And I don't want us, because our generation, we're not narrow-minded. We are overthinker, like not in an overthinking way, but we are generation that thinks outside the box. And so don't let them keep you in that box. Because, just because they like to think just one way doesn't mean that it can't happen the other way. So just having that patience, being diligent, and just not letting anyone discourage you in that way.
That's good stuff. And even while you were talking, I was like, yeah, our generation.
It is. It's true. Yeah, you're a part of it too. You're a part of it.
You're on the younger side of the. No. What was I gonna? I was gonna joke about about '90s babies, but are you a '90s
99.
baby?
99.
See, this is where it gets
We're
tough.
the last
dog.
ones.
The producer, I know you got something to say about this, but I was born '90.
Okay.
So when I think '90s babies, I'm like, oh, you were born in like '90 that year.
Yeah.
And so
99.
Okay. You probably didn't watch the same cartoons.
Yes,
though.
we did. Yes, we did.
What's some cartoons you watched?
How about just shows?
Okay. Oh, so they didn't have cartoons when you was.
I mean, we had
cartoons too.
Yeah.
Okay.
we watched the old Nickelodeons, all those like
the
that.
old Nickelodeon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The man, all of that. Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Okay.
all of that.
All right. Rugrats.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the original Rugrats,
Yes.
not when they grew up.
Okay.
Okay.
The original.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
DH. Remember that? Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues.
We
okay.
remember the switch with Blue's Clues too. The character.
We
were upset.
I was out. I was out when they switched.
Okay.
So this is where it gets a little muddy.
We knew when they switched. It was an episode when he just left. I'm like, huh? What's going on here?
Steve.
Yeah. Steve. Okay. You just got your cousin coming now?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, back to this. How important is it for organizations to have leaders rooted where they serve?
It's extremely important. For someone who knows the community, who knows the history, it's definitely important. Because if you know the history, then you can know the future. And I think that is very important. Because if you know the history, you'll take that into consideration and making sure that those needs are being catered to for when you're building for that future. So it's definitely important.
Okay. What are some of your favorite things about Kalamazoo?
I like how Kalamazoo is so close-knit, but it's not at the same time. Like, we're big, but we still are a close family. Everybody knows each other in some kind of way, and if you don't, you'll get to know them. And that's kind of what makes us unique. Like, I know we're a city that's trying to be bigger than what we truly are, and I have my opinions on that. But at the same time, it is a city that's like thriving on education and just kind of the vibrancy that we have. So, yeah.
Okay. If you could change something about Kalamazoo, and there's no restrictions on what it could be, what would you change about Kalamazoo?
I would change. I don't know. That's tough. I think I would just change how we go about things here. Because there's certain things that, we're doing great things, and we're building a lot of good new properties and everything around here in Kalamazoo. But I would change just how some of the decisions are being made and actually get the input from the Kalamazoo community. Because at this point, it's to me personally, things are just happening, and we don't really have a say so at the end of the day.
So you said for your one of the first things that you would do here in your new role was listen and learn. What are some of the things that you've heard so far that you possibly want to act on? Or
that specifically what I just said. There's a lot of people who just don't feel heard. And I think that they should. And I think that the pillars that are here in the Kalamazoo community who've been here, and I'm not talking about the people who moved here in the 80s and then say that they're from here. I'm talking about people who migrated from down south in the 50s, who actually built this place. I think that they need to have a little bit more say so and have a little bit more of a voice on what's going on here. Yeah, I think some of the things of me listening, just kind of learning is, some of those cry outs and some of those, I wouldn't say complaints, but it's just concerns because they're just as important as anybody else here that's going to be here for a longer time.
Okay. So you have family and friends in Kalamazoo.
Mm-hmm.
What do they think of your new role?
My family is excited. They were a little skeptical because of just the scrutiny that it could come with. And, at the end of the day, their, concern is me and making sure that I'm, I'm in good. I'm good in everything. But, I think they're happy for the most part that I received this role. My friends are excited. I know Kayon is excited. I know you're excited. And, I know just some of the people that I grew up with, I know that they were like, this was the right fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, you have the experience, you have the education, you have the connections, you have the homegrown experience. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
So
I had to do a lot of praying on it though. I just didn't know. It was something that, was brought to me and I really wasn't thinking about it. And, me having to pray about it, the Lord just he spoke to me like, hey, I think you can do it. You're going to be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to have to, I hope you don't deal with any like scrutiny or.
I already have. It's okay.
Well, I'm glad that you can get through it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, and that's one of the things that I'm so glad that I have is that I'm able to ignore it. And I'm able to just kind of keep on going with it. Cause my action is going to show like, hey, what you said is it's kind of null and void now, so they'll see. It's okay.
Some people talking out the side of their neck.
Probably. Yeah. And it's all right.
Yeah.
Bless their heart.
It's kind of one of the pitfalls of leadership is people are going to be looking at you like, oh, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Even people who have never done anything in a leadership role or even know what's going on.
Yeah.
I've been like, why is there so much construction? I've never done any sort of construction work in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm over here being hypercritical of these bike lanes, these roundabouts, these whatever changes.
Now those are kind of crazy. Bike lanes is nuts. Like I ride my bike, but who's riding on the bike lane? I'm just being honest. Like, come on now.
I've seen a couple.
Exactly.
Over like a year.
Yeah.
But that's the mindset is when people like you can talk about sports. It doesn't matter. Like I've never played in the NBA, but I'll talk crazy about some player that did something stupid.
Yeah.
Like I will talk crazy about him. But that's just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it's our culture, but it's something that happens constantly where people just speak on stuff that they have no idea how to do or what goes into it.
Yeah.
So
can't help it. Yeah. But it shouldn't be second nature though.
Right. It is. Like, what? Why would you put up a 3? What are you doing?
Right.
So you've been called a solutions-based leader, right? What kind of change are you most excited to create? I think you already talked about this a little bit, but if there's something else?
I would say the change is kind of the mindset that is perceived on the north side of Kalamazoo. That's what I'm really looking for to change because, for some reason we got this big old mindset of the north side is so bad to live on. It's so much crime. It's so much this, so much that. And it's not that. It's not that. I currently live on the north side. I walk my dog everywhere on the north side. I ride my bike. It is not crime.
But you don't want bike lanes. I'm sorry.
I ride on the sidewalk.
I thought that's what it was for.
You know what, man?
It needs to be in the road.
I guess. But even that, like, it's such a good place to live. And 90% of it is the individuals who do not live on the north side that create those problems. And there's problems on each side of town. So for some reason, that 90% of those individuals that don't live on the north side, they come and use north side as their playground, and that's what I'm trying to eliminate. So working with community partners to make sure that we're, going down on the crime, even though that shouldn't be the main reason why you shouldn't live on the North Side. There's crime everywhere. So just trying to get rid of that whole mindset of the North Side just being so dangerous, and it's really truly not. It's one of the best places to live. If not, this is the side of town where those individuals that first came to Kalamazoo, that's where they resided, and then they wanted to leave and create Portage. You know what I'm saying? Because Portage is Kalamazoo. I'm just gonna say that. This can go on record too. Portage is Kalamazoo, whether you like it or not.
I still have an issue with their tagline.
What? With
a natural place to move.
Exactly. Like, where you get that from?
It sounds
shady.
I'm not gonna say anything to make myself look bad, but it just I don't know. It's kind of off-putting.
It is. It truly is.
A natural place to move. It just feels like shots fired.
Yeah. But you got more solar panels over there or something, or what?
We got solar panels.
Exactly.
We got I don't know. But it does feel, to me, it feels like part of Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Because it is that close.
Yeah.
Until you get a little too far, then it feels different.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know what we're talking about anymore. This is a new part. These are the big questions.
Okay.
Emphasis on big. So what does being big in the community mean to you?
Ooh.
Yeah. Did I cook with that one? Okay.
Being big in the community, huh? I think being big in the community is simply being a servant. You're serving, and I think that's what leadership is. If you can't serve, you can't be a leader. You're not called to be a leader. So I think being big in the community is being able to serve everybody in any kind of capacity, and you're having that serving mindset.
That's perfect answer right there. Old soul over here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. How can Kalamazoo support you and collaborate with you?
I think the best way to support me, especially there in my tenure at NACD, is being open and being able to, be solution oriented. I think sometimes in organizations we kind of just blow smoke sometimes, and I'm all about, let's do this. Let's find a solution. Let's not just have a meeting to just have a meeting. Let's have a meeting where we can have a solution at the end of it as well. So if we have an idea and we run it by you, and I'm not saying you have to accept every idea, but can there be certain steps to at least move that idea forward? So just buying into, what I'm trying to do. And hopefully, I know it is going to align with the city of Kalamazoo as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. We didn't go too much into all your background questions because I know people know you. You're already big in the community, so
I appreciate.
We didn't need to do all that. We need to get right to it. So again, thank you so much. Keep doing the work that you're doing, and appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.